A fan-favorite Star Trek series is climbing the streaming charts for a very specific reason. For nearly 6 decades, Star Trek has boldly gone where no franchise has gone before, across countless generations, streaming platforms, and cultural moments. Yet every so often, one of its classic series suddenly rockets back into the spotlight, climbing the streaming charts as if it just aired yesterday. And right now, that's exactly what's happening with Star Trek Voyager. After years of being affectionately labeled the underrated Trek, Voyager is experiencing a resurgence in streaming popularity, not just among longtime Trekkies revisiting Janeway's adventures, but among a new generation of fans discovering it for the first time. But this isn't a random bump in nostalgia. There's a very specific reason Voyager is climbing the charts, and it has everything to do with modern Star Trek's evolution, the enduring power of its characters, and a rediscovery of what made the series special in the first place. The Janeway effect. Why Voyager's captain is more popular than ever. One major reason Voyager is back in the conversation is simple. Captain Catherine Janeway. Kate Mulgrew's portrayal has aged like fine wine. In an era when strong, complex female leadership is more visible than ever in media, Janeway's command style feels surprisingly contemporary. Unlike the stoic authority of Picard or the moral weight of Sisko, Janeway led with a blend of empathy, intellect, and iron resolve. She wasn't just managing a Starfleet crew. She was leading a divided ship stranded 70,000 light-years from home, blending Federation ideals with the survival instincts of the Maquis. That dynamic, which once made Voyager feel like a strange hybrid between the Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, now reads as brilliantly ahead of its time. Kate Mulgrew's return as Janeway in Star Trek Prodigy has reignited interest in her original adventures. Many viewers who enjoyed her animated performance are heading back to the source material, eager to see where it all began. Streaming services have even promoted Voyager in tandem with Prodigy's second season, creating a feedback loop of new and returning audiences rediscovering Janeway's journey. Nostalgia meets discovery. Voyager is a comfort trek. In today's streaming landscape, nostalgia is currency, and Voyager delivers it in spades. The show offers the perfect balance of 1990s optimism and episodic adventure that's become increasingly rare in modern television. For many fans, Voyager represents comfort trek, the kind of show you can revisit at any time, confident that it will offer familiar warmth, fascinating alien encounters, and the occasional holodeck mishap. At a time when contemporary Star Trek series like Discovery and Picard explore darker or serialized storytelling, Voyager's episodic format feels refreshingly accessible. You can drop into a random episode, Year of Hell, Timeless, or Scorpion, and instantly get swept up in a self-contained adventure without needing to remember last week's cliffhanger. The old-school structure has made Voyager a binge-worthy comfort watch, especially on streaming platforms where fans can skip from one classic episode to the next. The 7 of 9 Renaissance. Another massive factor in Voyager's streaming rise is the renewed fame of one of its most iconic characters, 7 of 9. Jerry Ryan's brilliant portrayal of the former Borg drone has always been a highlight of Voyager's later seasons, but Star Trek Picard brought her roaring back into the spotlight. In Picard seasons 1 to 3, 7 evolved into a full-fledged Starfleet officer, and by the finale, she's finally sitting in the captain's chair of the USS Enterprise G. That arc has sent curious viewers racing back to Voyager to see where it all began. Her debut in Scorpion, Part 2, is now one of the most streamed episodes of the series, and fans who first met 7 and Picard are discovering just how much depth and nuance Ryan brought to her earliest performances. Her journey from emotionless drone to compassionate human being resonates strongly with modern audiences, especially in an era when conversations about identity, trauma, and self-discovery are front and center in storytelling. 7's character arc embodies the struggle to reconcile humanity with past trauma, a theme that feels both timeless and newly relevant. Voyager's underrated storytelling has finally been reappraised. When Voyager originally aired between 1995 and 2001, it often lived in the shadow of the Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. Critics sometimes dismissed it as formulaic or inconsistent, but streaming has given fans the ability to rewatch the series in a way that highlights its strongest through lines. Episodes like Living Witness, The Omega Directive, and Blink of an Eye are now being reevaluated as some of Star Trek's finest hours. With modern binge watching, the show's long-term arcs, such as the Doctor's evolving humanity or Tom Paris's redemption, shine far brighter than they did in weekly broadcast form. Viewers can appreciate the subtle development that was easy to overlook in the 90s. From B'Elanna Torres's internal conflict between her Klingon and human sides to Chakotay's quiet wisdom as Janeway's second-in-command. Plot.